Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Catherine, aka CT Speaks, coming back with another edition of Good Morning to the Leader in You. Listen, this is a brand new day. We got 5 days left of this month. How are we going to end it strong? Listen, say to yourself, or if you're in front of a mirror, say to yourself in front of that mirror, I am a conqueror. I'm going to hit my goals. This week is going to be awesome because I'm declaring it to be so. Listen, it's 5 days left. So what in the world are we going to talk about today? We're going to be talking about 5 days. That's what we're talking about. We're going to be talking about what are we going to be doing in the next 5 days. Listen, what are you building? What are you building that will outlast you? What is your personal brand? What is your slight edge? One size does not fit all in business. You know how sometimes on a piece of clothing, and they say one size fit all, and oftentimes it's not even true with clothing, and it's not true in business. Listen, one size does not fit all. You got to figure out what is your slight edge, what is your personal brand, what makes you unique, what is your specific cut, and how you're cutting your business and how you're crafting your business. Just like with a piece of clothing, the individual that's making that garment, they're measuring it. They're very detail oriented to the finished product of that outfit. That's how it has to be so detailed with our business. We have to measure where we're going so we can end up in a specific destination and not just end up all over the place, right? One size, again, does not fit all. We must match and pair our business appropriately. We have to understand what is our message, and then we must own our message, and then we must craft our story so we can relate it to our specific target audience, that they can even receive what we are saying. You have to be about your business or get left behind in your industry. Again, you have to be about your business or you will get left behind in your industry. You must perfect your craft. Again, you must perfect your craft. Cannot be the season where we're just throwing, and seeing what's going to work. We have to be very specific. We have to be very detailed. And we have to make sure we're focusing on the main thing. We have to make sure that we're focusing on activities that's going to help propel our business forward. Listen, sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we have errors in our business. Sometimes we hit our head against the wall in our business. That all comes with the birthing pains of being a business owner. So that's totally fine. But one of the things that we have to be very conscious about is going back to the building blueprint, the building structure of our business, to your business plan. In this case, we're talking about your business plan, right? That is your blueprint. If you are talking to someone that may be in the industry that builds homes from scratch, from bottom, they have to lay the foundation first, right? And after laying the foundation, one of the things that's super important is to make sure that we focus on every single detail as we build the foundation. It's time to do a foundation check. It's time to do a foundation check. Listen, how are we going to grow our business to the next level if we don't know the type of foundation that we have? Is our foundation secure? Is our foundation steady? Is our foundation built on key ingredients that will help your business to propel forward? We have to check our foundation. Listen, myself included. We have to check our foundation. Because a lot of times, if there's cracks in the foundation of a physical house, what's going to happen to that house? Over time, that house is not going to stand tall. Many of us have gone into communities and we've seen dilapidated communities where there's rows or houses that just falling apart. It's falling apart, meaning someone did not maintain that house, right? There are houses that are sometimes older than some of these modern houses, and they're still faring well because someone has been maintaining the grounds of the house. Someone has been maintaining the inner workings of the house. So it's not even about how fancy the house is. And I'm saying this for a reason. Sometimes we want to make sure our business looks pretty, but how does the foundation look? Will it stand the test of time? Because a lot of times we're building our business and the foundation has not been checked. We're not checking on our electrical outlets. We're not checking on the different systems. Just let's think about a house for a second. If you're a homeowner, if you have a home, there's certain aspects of your house that you have to maintain to make sure. Sometimes people have to do an upgrade with their appliances. Maybe the appliances are out of date. Now let's think about your businesses. What things are out of date in your business model that needs to be improved or just needs to be gutted out and redone? And sometimes we don't want to do that as a business owner because we don't want to think or make the image that we have failed. See, you have to embrace failure. I embrace failure. I've failed so many times. I embrace it because it helps teach me wisdom of what I'm not going to do again. It helps teach me how I need to move forward. It builds my mental capacity, right? It builds all of that. But if we're not ready to go through that process, just like when someone's building a home, before they even break ground, they're drawing out the blueprint. How many of us have drawn out the blueprint to our business model? Or are we just winging it? Are we just seeing what sticks? That doesn't work for long-term growth in a business model. It just doesn't. It may look good for the moment, but it doesn't work long-term. And so we have to assess. I personally am reassessing my whole business model. I'm doing it once again. I'm constantly reassessing what's working well, what's not working well, what areas I need to trim back the fat on. I got to say, and trim back the fat, meaning what can I eliminate from my budget, whether it be personal or whether it be on my business side, what needs to be eliminated, right? And what things do I need to implement to move forward? Listen, we have 5 days left of this month. How are you going to restructure something so as you thrust into August, you have a clear perspective, you have a clear plan, and you know how you want to execute things? It's all about execution at the end of the day. So again, I'm going to go back to the original questions or comments that I said at the top of this podcast. What are you building that will outlast you? That's why I go back to some of these homes that was built maybe in the early 1900s or what have you. Some of them are still rock solid strong. Why is that? It's because of the way A, it was built, it was structured, and then B, there's someone maintaining it. So how are you maintaining your business structure? And what is your personal brand? When someone hears the name of your business, someone see you, what signature do you want to have connected to the name of your company? When someone says the name of your business, what mental picture do you want to pop up in that person's mind when they think about you? Because you are the brand. You personally are your brand. So what are you putting out there that people are going to receive about your brand? And then what is your slight edge? What is setting you apart from the rest? Listen, you need to own your uniqueness. You need to own what makes you different. Listen, do not shy away from it. Don't get upset about it. Understand that you need to be put in situations that is going to help you flow in your slight edge. Sometimes we're like, well, I feel so out of pocket. I feel so out of sync. I feel so out of sort. Perhaps you're not flowing in your slight edge, and maybe the environment that you're in is not even conducive for you to flow in your slight edge, right? Sometimes we're trying to fit ourselves in situations and it's not a direct connect. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So sometimes you will feel out of pocket if you're not suited in the right arena. And then again, one size doesn't fit all. What may work for someone else's business, that doesn't mean it's going to work for your business. How someone launched their business and got their 100K or 200K with their business may not be the marketing strategy or the financial strategy that's going to help you hit 100,000 or help you hit 200,000. You need to figure out what is uniquely creative about your business model and you have to understand who your target audience is. I think sometimes we get disgruntled, we get frustrated because we feel that what we're putting out there is not being received. Listen, you may not even be presenting it, what you have to offer to your target audience. Could it be that you have a great product or service, but you're not matching it up with the right target audience? Could it be that you're spinning in your wheels in circles and you're not going anywhere because you have not matched your service or product with the right target audience? Could it be? Just a question. Could it be? Right? And you have to match and pair up your services appropriately, right? And this takes time. Sometimes we have to figure out who our target audience is, right? We have to figure it out, and you have to understand that. And with that understanding, you will eliminate a lot of frustrations moving forward, right? You will eliminate that. And then you have to own your message. Listen, wherever you go, don't shift your message from what your message is. Your message is your message, right? Craft your story and share it in such of a way, that you're passionate about it. Don't try to craft someone else's story. Again, one size doesn't fit all. You may hear someone else present their business model in a certain way, and you say, you know what, I like how they did that. I think I'm gonna do that for mine. And then nobody is receiving what you're saying. Why? Because one size does not fit all in business. You need to be unique. You need to be different. You need to stand out from the rest. Hello. You got to be different. You have to stand out. One size doesn't fit all. All right? Be about your business. If you say you are a business owner, then be about that. Right? You have to get some perspective in your business day and how you structure your day. You cannot say you're a business owner and you let the whole day go by and you just kind of shooting the breeze. Do not even say out of your mouth you're a business owner. Because business owners that are really trying to build a strong foundation, you got to go at it every single day. Now, there's going to come a point in time in your business as you build, things can level off and maybe you'll have that more personal time cushion. But when you're trying to build and get something off the ground, I don't know anybody that I've studied that's done great things in business and they casually tiptoed, teeter-totted around building their business casually and they became a millionaire. I don't know nobody. And every person that I've read that have become very successful in business and financially, they went hard. They went all in. They wasn't halfway in, halfway out. I feel like building my business today. I don't feel like building it tomorrow though. Well, this person didn't support me. They ain't caring about who's supporting who not. You support yourself and you keep moving forward. I suggest that you study an individual that you feel is in your industry, that's doing well in the industry, and model after that. You keep trying to model after somebody that's not even in your industry. Again, one size doesn't fit all. Why are you trying to model after somebody in a completely different industry? Ain't got nothing to do with your business model, but you just like their flair. It just look good, so you just want to do what they're doing, and it doesn't even match with what you're doing. Again, one size does not fit all in business, right? So you need to perfect your craft. There is a document that I put together, and it's called 90 Days Strategic Planning, taking the scattered pieces to your business model and turning it into a cohesive plan, right? What will your next 7 days look like? What will your next 90 days look like? You have to speak the language to your target audience, right? Speak the language to your target audience and creating a 7-day marketing action plan that will pull your target audience in to whatever product or service you're offering. So this is what I want you to do over the next 5 days. I want you to tap into really who you are and what your core services are, right? And then during the next 90 days, identify 2 to 3 business professionals that you can collaborate with that syncs up with your mission. Now, it's no point in trying to go out there and get people to collaborate with you if you're not clear on what your mission is. You need to get clear first on what your mission is. Then you can go out there and start to collaborate, right? Now, over the next 7 months, I want you to do a social media content strategy. Be very specific around what your message is or to your target audience, right? And I'm telling you, it's going to be a world of difference. You want to develop your SMART goals. You want to define your 30, 60, and 90-day goals. And then you want to create an action plan. You want to create an action item for where you're going and what you're doing. Again, there's purpose in planning. The purpose in planning. What is the purpose in planning out your 5 days, the next 5 days? What is the purpose in planning out the next 7 days? What is the purpose in planning out the next 90 days? Because it gives you perspective and it gives you focus and you're not all over the place. Once again, there's purpose in planning. There's purpose in planning, and I'm going to be doing my next strategic planning webinar. It's going to be the 3rd Saturday in August. If you haven't been a part of the previous ones, I encourage you to plug into the next one. Again, there's purpose in planning. And if you're not a planner, and you say, I'm not trying to do this whole business plan thing. I'm not trying to do this whole planning thing. Then you may want to consider your business just as a hobby. Okay. That way you won't get frustrated if you're not seeing the results that you want to see, yet you're calling it a business, but it's really a hobby. You have to understand, is your business a business or is it a hobby? Because if it is a business, every 30 days your company needs to be growing. And yes, you need to grow financially. Make no mistake about it. If you're not growing your business, if every month, if you're not, I don't care if it was an extra $10, extra $20, extra $100, $1,000, depending upon what your goals are. Everybody's goals is different. I know I started off this year and I had a certain amount of a certain goal on how much money I wanted to make in my business every single month. I spoke it out of my mouth in January at the top of this year, and every single month I've been hitting my financial goals, and every month I've been growing and growing and growing. But it's not just falling out the sky. I'm very intentional about my goals and how I'm going to hit those goals, right? You have to be intentional. If you don't want to do all this planning and preparation and strategy and what have you, then just have it as a hobby. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to call yourself a business owner and you're not seeing the business results because you're really treating it as a hobby, okay? So I'm hoping that somebody is receiving what is being shared this morning. Again, we got 5 days. Anybody that plug into my show, Good Morning to the Leading You, I am all about just giving the truth in raw perspective because we're leaders. That's why this show is called Good Morning to the Leader in You, right? So we have to awaken that what is on the inside of us, and we got to go to work. We got to go to work. Listen, I don't care what didn't work well in this month, okay? Okay, some things might have went south in this month of July that you didn't anticipate. Okay. What are you going to do the next 5 days? Embrace it? Okay, what you thought was going to work didn't work. Okay, embrace it. Who you thought was going to support didn't support. Okay, embrace it. Okay, you set out for a particular plan and didn't pan out. Okay, embrace it. Shift and move out in the next 5 days. Do not stay stuck there. Do not stay stuck. As I get ready to wind down, listen, I want you to write down, whether it's on your phone, maybe you got a journal or whatever it is you have. And I need you to write down what you're going to do for the next 5 days. Listen, the next 5 days is going to be very pivotal on how you're going to launch into the month of August, okay? You need sometimes eliminate certain things that is either a distraction or B, it's just not building your business. And you do not, again, I want to say this, you do not have to keep stretching something out for a long period of time if you see it's not working. And sometimes I think we do that too long in business and we're like, well, let me just see if it work again next month. It didn't work this month. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't take time for things to mature, manifest itself. I'm talking about strategy right now. Certain things that you just clearly see is not working and it just doesn't even make sense. It just flat out doesn't even make sense. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about systems and structures that just don't make sense. That's what you need to eliminate. Now, when you're building a business model, you do have to give time for it to breathe and grow when you're building a network. You're building your platform, if you will. But if that platform and you have a system in place, but that system is not cohesive to where you're going or growing, you need to eliminate it because you're going to be frustrated again in the month of August. Okay? Eliminate it. No need for extra frustrations. It didn't work this month. The system that you thought was going to work did not work. Embrace it. Own it. Be okay with it. Set a new plan these next 5 days and execute on August 1st. Listen, I am Catherine, aka CT Speaks of CTR Strategy Solutions, and I'm here just to assist somebody along the way as you build. My email is ct@catherinetrotter.com, and my website is www.catherinetrotter.com, and I'm going to see everybody at the top.